Hello. So there's a few things I want to talk about. First of all, this portion over here, I have made it so that this is the exponent, all the exponent, but some of them we already have, and this is gonna be the last time we have put it there because we put it at least a few times before, especially this one, I believe, and this one over here. Maybe none of the other ones, but that's fine. Actually, maybe not this one. This one will probably revisit again because of log. Second of all, over here, there's a link over here to more questions. More questions, you might be asking what's there. So here is my list of polynomial part one. Over here, maybe I'll put it down as simplifying exponents, and I'll keep on going like that. And I give permission to print, make copies, or tell me about the problem as long as it's used to the appropriate setting. That's fine with me. That goes for the same thing with all the Jamboards. As obviously seen, you can print all this out and make it the worksheet, and I'm fine with it and perfectly fine with it. And you can do that all day long, and I wouldn't be angry at all. Okay, so back to this question setting I have here. Actually, we need to also duplicate this like I always do. Oh, actually, I don't think we're done. I think we need one more question here because, well, that's the way I went. That's the way we go. And I think another graph report, a graph test might be in order. And yeah, because let's see how much this would take. If I do this, 3, blah, 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 and 1 plus square root of 3. And honestly, if I was them, I would leave it like this and say that's the answer. But some people would actually do it, and they are not psychos, but they are, fair enough. I can understand your edgy perfectionist ideology on your part, but that's no longer necessary sometimes. Yeah, 2, 2, 2, this one, that would be 6, right? 6, yes. Square root. And then this portion over here would be. Actually, I think he had to leave it like that if I'm not correct. That's actually super nice. So they have to leave it like this. So the right answer would be 7 plus square root of 3 plus square root of 2 divided by, let me see, this is 1 and then a square root, that's 3. And that's be 1 minus 3, right? So that's be 2. So if they don't do it like this over here, having these two separate, that would be a wrong answer. We could actually dock them points for it. Huh, that's evil. That's genius, although. I never thought of that. Don't dock them too much points, but they do deserve to get docked if they do that. Which reminds me, I know there's perfect use for this space. There's only 3 questions on here, but it's like a daily activity if you ask me. But the real questions in that board of other stuff, I guess. So if there was a square root of this, square root of this, it must equal square root of a plus square root of b. Cannot combine, if I remember correctly. We have to. There's some students do that, and they get screwed over. Um, actually, I was one of those students that got screwed over, and I remember what the teacher said. It was so embarrassing. Anyways, with that, we have it done, and we can now delete this. And now we can dupe this. Perfectly fine duping this because of my work, anyways. And then let's get over here. Let's select. Let's go for the ones near the top. And also, I did do a little bit of change here. What I changed, I don't remember. Oh, over here, I added these because, well, they're beginners. They should deserve a little bit more leeway on that one. So, okay. So, anyway, this is like a daily activity kind of. So let's just plug that in here. Can I plug that in here? Can I not copy and paste from across the page numbers? I can't. Um, what? Copy V. Yeah, that would work. Now let's just speed up. Wait a second. Okay, I finally got it working. So, first of all, this is the answer sheet paper. I don't need any of this for myself. This has only been like 5 minutes. You know what I'll do? I'll make another one, and that one will be because this is such a short video. If I actually stop now, we'll make another slide and do that one too. Because this is a very short one. Um, Mostly because I refuse to make any more questions, and I'm just gonna dump it into my more questions list over here. Once I get done with it, I've been start doing this too, and I'm almost done making ridiculous ones here. So, yeah. Let me just delete this all and I'll come back. Well, I'm back, and right now, let's just do this real quickly, which is just gonna be, well, let's see, square root of a2, let's see, that's gonna be multiplied by b, so there's gonna be actually still b here, and b would be over here, so that's gonna be b squared, and then that's gonna be canceled out, so c. And I don't need actually the multiplication, so you can actually do it that way. So because I'm pretty sure you will know what you're doing, so I'll just leave it like that. Actually, I should have done a red pen. Alright, sorry. Let me just fix all. Okay, that should be the final answer because b can be cancelled out from the top b, which is the square root of 2, which is cancel out this one, because you... Wait a second, that doesn't cancel out anything. We leave with square root of b here. I'm so sorry. I think I made a mistake there in my math, in my head math. So, I did make a mistake, obviously. I'm human. After all, I'm human. Okay, so that should be the general answer. And actually, you want the C in front so that you don't get confused and say that that root is inside of the C is inside the root, and that's gonna be a mess and a headache for both of us because a grader would hate that because it would be inclusive on what you're trying to do. So for this one, what I'm trying to do is I'm just gonna ignore the x and just put that multiplication and do it over here like that. Square root of 3, and then that'll be 1 plus square root of 2, and that's not plus or minus. That would suck if it's plus or minus. We'll do that, and then we'll do 1 plus square root of 3. And honestly, if I was the actual teacher, I would tell the students to leave it like that because let's face it, at this point, you would know how to FOIL from the this thing. I'm not done with it, but as soon as you do enough word problems with this, you should know how to FOIL, man. There's no reason for you to not to do it. But again, if you want to do more FOIL practice, I'll put the in here, which is the more question thing up there. So that's morally not flickering, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So minus 2, which is negative 2. So the end result that will be negative 2. And that I'll leave it like that because technically speaking, it's good enough. So next section, because it's so short that I think we can go for another one. And for this one, I'm going to go all the way to log. How fun. So let me just get all my log probably straight in order, and I'm just gonna take a while to do that. So wait a second. And also after that, I'm gonna finally graph those second polynomials and all that other stuff, and then we'll think about other stuff after that. Probably intersections and other things like that. Okay, honestly, this looks way more confusing than it should be, and some of them we'll never use until later on. What I mean by that is, for now, the important ones are this one. Oh, let me actually get a good highlighter. Oh, this one should be done. This one. And everything else is pretty much later on. I wrote all of them. Actually, no. Sorry. This one. And this one. And everything else, I'm pretty sure we do it later. I'm gonna do it. No, I would do it later. The reason I would show it is because let's face it, when the time comes, it will be really confusing. If basically I'm just saying I'm gonna lay it down all now. I'm gonna expect everyone to get it wrong. if I ever gave questions that are these, which is why I'm not going to give them any questions like that. I'm just going to do the bare minimum for now. So the red ones are things that I know for a fact they will not. It's a little bit later on. This one probably not actually. This one actually could be done. And one I should probably never do right now. These two. These two, no, they don't know. Not because they're hard, just because they aren't something that would normally qualify for something to be done right now. So the basic question I would give, I think we're going to start with is 5b equal 25. And then I'm going to say, no, put that in log form. That's all he has to do. So he can even just copy and paste it from there. Okay? Now what we're going to do is just write log, and then we'll just write this underneath here. Log 100 of 1 equals on there. And then we'll do log 100 over 100. And then we'll just do that. Those questions are easy and can be very easily understood. Now the next few ones, the red ones, are we're going to go look at next. Because that's the next one we should be looking at. And yeah, pretty sure that's the one that then we should be looking at. Yeah. So we'll do. No. First of all, we need to few more of these questions after all the other hard bits of this. So I would get my calculator and say, okay, let's just figure out something that's difficult and difficult enough to warrant something like this. Yes. No, that's too hard. Okay, so we're gonna again do something very simple, which is 2 to the maybe like 3, which is about 8, I believe. And then we'll just get rid of that and put a b there. And then we'll just do here, and we'll again put, maybe I should type it out. No, alright, fine. Put that in log form. Honestly, this is a little bit more handwritten than I thought I would actually do it. So yeah, now for the other 3 that I think is possible, but something that you could actually do right now, what I would do is say, we either put it extra or we'll just try it out and we'll put like 0.25 on there, like the point basis on there. So what would I do is I say, actually, I know how to do this. We'll just say something like this. Also, I will be making a worksheet on this. So if I go to more questions right now, yeah. So as you can see, this portion over here, I'm gonna go over here and put log problems. And in here, I'm actually gonna put an example of each and every one of them. So this sounds like a nice effort on my part on the thing. There's actually a few other problems in here that I actually might put in here too, just to help it. So like unit 1 stuff here, unit 2 stuff here. Maybe I'll make a bookmark too, and then the table of contents maybe even. But that's until later. That's my decision until like that's way later on the time period I have. So follow the equation 1 on the top. So yeah, that's we're doing blocks right now. So let's just do log. And right now I didn't even tell him the 10 rules. So if this log doesn't have any what's again? any number on the bottom, it will be confusing for them because they have no idea that there's a 10 rule there, which is fine for now. I just want them to follow the instruction on the top because we're doing exponents. And again, this will be reviewed again later on because let's face it, this is one of the units that gets a lot of people because it gets confusing. Especially this one portion over here will be reviewed a lot because that's the one piece of math that everyone gets confused in. Mostly because I know it because I have classmates that killed themselves a long time ago. But not killed themselves, sorry, that's the thing. That gets like brain farts from doing that. So but once you understand it, it's pretty easy. So what I'm gonna do is do x multiplied by y. And all they have to do is just span that form. And actually, I'll do over here 9. And I'm not doing 10 on purpose because 10 would mean that there's nothing on there and they haven't been taught that yet. And I'm literally just doing that. That's the whole purpose of this, maybe 19. That's the whole purpose of this. Nothing more than just to get them a taste of what log is, because log will be repeated later on. And there's no reason for me to do too much in here. So that's good enough. And now I'm really betting on the explanation on the top to just make them follow the instructions one on one. So just basically follow the instructions basically at this point in time. Yeah. And in reality, it's because exponents is just similar to this as I did it. Anyway, I'm just a student, remember that. So the only thing I know from experience is the classmates around me, and they always have trouble with this section. They had trouble with this section, so I said, why not do it right now? So anyway, now I do have some space left, which is why we're gonna actually do. Which one should we do? I think we should do more questions that are readily available and something that they already know and they can be happy about. So this is the next one. Give them this much space, and then something different. Let's do one of those problems. We'll do a on the top with a -2, b minus c square root by the square root of c. Oh, let's do some CB. That she confused some people, I guess. I don't think it'll confuse a lot of people, although. Anyways, that's good. And then we'll do, that should be obviously simplify. Simplify. And then we'll do, which one should we do next? I think, let me think. Okay, so the next one's going to be this. Find x. And that should be a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So the 3, 4, 5 multiplied 3 is 15. They should get it right off the bat, and it shouldn't be that hard. And that's going to be where I do it. And then we'll duplicate this. So let's just quickly do all these questions before. So this is actually 2, but that's not the answer. Right, I need to go to red pen. So this is going to be log of 25, right? No, sorry. Log. So this is going to be b over here. And we're going to have the bottom be the inside, so it's going to be 525. I hope I did that correct. I hope that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me just make sure that that was correct. Yeah, that's correct. So this is log, and then we'll just do b over here. And that equals 8 with 4, so that's the 8 and 2, so 2 and 8. 2 and 8. This one over here, as you can see, is 1, so that's 0. And this is 1. Alright, this is going to be FOIL method. X squared and then it's going to be plus x plus 2x plus 1, therefore it's x2 plus 3x plus 1. Now it should be fairly simple. Over here, that was x equal 15 by the 3, 4, let me go back a little bit. 4, 5 triangle. All right, and this one I'll do later. This one's going to be log 19 of x, and then this could be plus by the log 19 of y. This is going to be log 19x minus by the log 19y. This is going to be y in the first, and then it's going to be log 19x. That should do it. That should be everything. And that'll be multiplication, and you don't have to even write that. Actually, don't write that. That's going to confuse everyone. Next over here is going to be square root multiplied by CB multiplied by CB. And then as soon as you realize that, you realize that C is over here, C is over here, therefore it's going to be CC cancel each other out. Therefore, actually, in reality, the easiest way would be cancel these out because that's going to be the first thing that goes. And once that is there, the square root of B turns to B, and the square root of the top turns to square root of B. Therefore, it's going to be square root of B divided by A2. Yeah, and I'm going to work out the point system later. But with that, I think it's time for me to end this because it is 21 minutes and 51 seconds and 52 seconds now, and it's going to keep on going up while I talk about it. So it's probably going to end it at some 58, 59, 56.